Hello các bạn, mình là Minh, Head Teacher tại Courage Ielts và trong video này mình sẽ đưa ra phần trả lời mẫu Band 9 về một trong những chủ đề khó nhằn nhất trong Ielts, đó chính là The Law. Những câu hỏi về luật lệ và luật pháp ở trong video này đều được mình lấy ra từ trong quyển Cambridge 19 Test 1. Trong đó, phần Speaking Part 2 mình đã thấy rất nhiều người khi đi thi thật đã gặp phải rồi, đó là Describe a law that was introduced in your country that you thought was a very good idea. Phần gợi ý sẽ là What this law was, who introduced this law, when and why it was introduced, and explain why you thought this law was such a good idea. Đây là phần dàn ý mình đã chuẩn bị được ra trong vòng 1 phút. Let's start speaking. Last year, the Vietnamese government imposed a law that makes it illegal for individuals to drive with any amount of alcohol in their system. Unlike other European nations, where there is a legal alcohol limit for drivers, Vietnam has a much less lenient policy, and I think it's brilliant. As one of the countries with the highest rate of traffic accidents and level of alcohol consumption, I believe that this zero tolerance policy for drunk driving was going to significantly improve road safety. There shouldn't be a legal limit on how much alcohol you can have in your system while you're driving. It's just a recipe for disaster because how can people know when to stop drinking? It's not like they have a breathalyzer with them to see if they have exceeded the legal threshold. According to what I've read online, there are escalating fines for both motorists and motorcyclists depending on how much alcohol is detected in their system. In addition to being fined, those driving under the influence of alcohol are going to get their license confiscated, and once again, the more alcohol they drink, the longer their license is taken away from them. As far as I can recall, it can reach up to 1 to 2 years. On top of that, if a driver causes a fatal accident, they may face a prison sentence. Usually, once that happens, this news is disseminated everywhere on TV and on social media to serve as a warning for those who might engage in that kind of reckless behavior to think twice before doing something stupid that ruins their future. It was an amazing law because after it was implemented, there has been an obvious decline in the number of traffic accidents caused by drunk drivers, and I feel so much safer driving right now, all thanks to this strict policy. Nếu các bạn thấy các speaking sample của mình hữu ích thì ấn nút like, subscribe và nút chuông để không bỏ lỡ những video speaking sample tiếp theo nhé. Thank you very much. Up next, mình sẽ trả lời 3 câu hỏi về school rules. When you're a student, there are so many rules to follow. You have to come to class on time, wear a uniform, and back in the day at my school, students even had to tuck their shirt in their pants, which didn't really make sense to me. I guess it looked more formal, maybe. There are simply too many rules to keep track of, and there's usually a punishment for those breaking them as well. Although some rules might be a bit silly, I would argue that most of them play an indispensable role in helping students become more disciplined, which is essential if they want to succeed in their personal and professional life in the future. One of the most important rules, in my opinion, is being punctual. If a student learns how to respect other people's time, they are likely to create a good first impression on an interviewer of a company that they want to get into. It also trains them to be self-disciplined, which is a trait that all successful entrepreneurs have, the ability to push themselves to pursue their goals even if they are unmotivated. There are definitely many conflicting opinions on this one. First of all, physical punishment is out of the question. It's too violent and it's only going to make matters worse. Even though it yields immediate results like right at that moment, that student might listen to you and do as they are told, but deep down, they hold a grudge against you. Not to mention, corporal punishments leave a mental scar that adversely affect the student down the line, resulting in them potentially never reaching their full potential. So the most ideal thing to do here when a student breaks the rules, to me, is just to talk it out with them by patiently telling them what they're doing is wrong in a calm manner and then guide them towards the right behavior. Sometimes teachers can get parents involved if things get out of control. Antisocial behavior typically stems from a student's needs not being met. So with the collaboration of both teachers and parents, they can surely come up with something to address these needs. One of the main reasons why people study the law in university is that law firms pay well. There are so many career paths to take if you're a law student, all of which have high earning potential. From what I've heard, lawyers of large corporations are handsomely rewarded for their work. Another reason why people might be motivated to pursue a law degree is that it's crucial for those who are planning to start their own business. You need to have a deep understanding of the law to protect the company from legal risk. Failing to comply with the law might result in lawsuits, fines, and all the penalties that are financially crippling for a new company. If you want to succeed as a lawyer, you need to be righteous and fair. A salient example that highlights the importance of this trait is with criminal defense lawyer. Individuals pursuing this line of work need to treat every single one of their clients exactly the same way, even if they know for sure that the client is guilty of committing horrendous crimes. In the court of justice, everyone deserves the basic human right of having someone standing up for them. Yes, I believe that is the case for those pursuing this line of work. Legal professionals usually have to work against the clock, manage cases that require them to have a deep understanding of constantly evolving laws, which means that they have to review their knowledge on the regular to meet their clients' expectations. It's a highly demanding job that can take a toll on one's physical and mental well-being. A good example of this is once again with a defense attorney, as they have to carry the burden of knowing the fact that their client's future depends on their performance. The sheer amount of pressure to build a strong case, cross-examine the accounts of witnesses effectively, can potentially lead to burnout and fatigue. That's the end of the video. I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Bye bye.